5:30 in the morning. Your alarm screams. Your body begs you to stay in bed, but you don't. You drag yourself up. You get ready, you commute, you clock in before anyone else. You answer every email. You stay late. You skip lunch. You grind. And then, one random Tuesday, your boss rolls in at 11. Coffee in hand, no stress on his face. He takes a 2-hour lunch, leaves at 4, and earns 5 times what you do. If that doesn't make your blood boil, you're not paying attention. But here's the thing. What's happening isn't unfair. It's a system. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how that system works, so you can stop being crushed by it and start using it. Here's the first truth nobody told you. You are not paid for how hard you work. You are paid for how easy you are to replace. Read that again. The market doesn't care about your sweat. It cares about your scarcity. If 1,000 people can do your job, your salary has a ceiling, and no amount of overtime will break through it. You're trading your time for money. 1 hour of work, 1 unit of pay. That's the deal. And the problem with that deal is simple. You only have 24 hours in a day. Your income is capped by biology. Your boss figured something out a long time ago. He stopped selling his time. He started selling systems. Let me explain leverage, because this one word is the entire difference between you and your boss. When your boss makes a decision, one single decision, it can affect 50 employees, 3 product lines, and thousands of customers. His 1 hour of thinking generates more output than your 60 hours of doing. That's leverage. He's not working harder. He's working through other people, through systems, through capital. His results are multiplied. Yours are linear. Think of it this way. You're rowing a boat with your bare hands. He built a motor. You both cross the lake, but only one of you is exhausted. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I work so much harder. He just sits in meetings. And you might be right, but you're missing something massive. Your boss took a risk you never did. At some point, he put his money, his reputation, maybe his house on the line. He bet on himself when the outcome was completely uncertain. Most employees never do that. And I'm not blaming you. Risk is terrifying. But the market rewards risk. A guaranteed paycheck is a form of safety, and safety has a price. That price is a lower ceiling on what you can earn. Your boss gave up that safety years ago. His reward is the upside you'll never touch, as long as you keep choosing comfort. Here's where it all clicks. Your boss doesn't earn more because he's smarter. He earns more because he owns something. He owns the system. He owns the brand. He owns the client relationships. He owns the process. You own your labor. That's it. And labor is the cheapest thing in the economy. I know that's harsh, but it's the truth. If you own nothing, you control nothing. And if you control nothing, you negotiate nothing. Every billionaire, every wealthy CEO, every person you admire financially, they all have one thing in common. They own equity. They own a piece of something that grows without them being there. That's the cheat code. School trained you to be an employee. Sit down, follow instructions, get graded, get a job, repeat. The entire education system is a factory designed to produce workers, not owners. Nobody taught you about leverage. Nobody taught you about equity. Nobody taught you that the game isn't about working harder. It's about working on the right things. Your boss isn't playing the same game as you. You're playing checkers. He's playing chess. You're optimizing your to-do list. He's optimizing the entire board. And the moment you understand this, really understand this, everything changes. Because now you can choose to learn different rules. So what do you actually do with this information? Step 1. Stop measuring your value by hours worked. Start measuring it by problems solved. Step 2. Build a skill so valuable that people can't ignore you. Not a common skill, a rare one. Something that makes you irreplaceable, not interchangeable. Step 3. Start building something you own on the side. A brand, a newsletter, a product, an audience. Even if it's small, even if it earns nothing today. Ownership compounds. Labor doesn't. Step 4. Study money. Not how to save it, how it flows. Understand systems. Understand leverage. Understand why one person's hour is worth $10 and another's is worth $10,000. The difference is never effort. It's always architecture. And step 5, the most important one. Be patient. This shift doesn't happen overnight. Your boss didn't wake up one day and suddenly earn 6 figures. He spent years building leverage you couldn't see. The gap between you and your boss isn't talent. It isn't intelligence. It's a different understanding of how value works. And now you have that understanding too. So the next time your alarm goes off at 5:30, don't just ask yourself, what do I have to do today? Ask yourself, what am I building that will work for me, even when I'm asleep? Because hard work isn't the answer. Smart ownership is. And the moment you make that switch, you stop working for someone else's dream and start building your own. If this video opened your eyes, smash that subscribe button. Share it with a friend who needs to hear this, and I'll see you in the next one.